Coming up, five businesses in South Toledo damaged by a fire. Tonight, the latest details on what happened. Plus, a roadway collapses in Defiance. Tonight, we question the county engineer after the Defiance community demands answers.
Well, we've had mild weather to start this week off with temperatures in the 50s, but another shot of that harsh Arctic chill that will be arriving toward the middle and end of the work week. We'll preview that and how long it's going to last coming up in my full 10-day forecast.
Thanks for joining us here on WTOL 11 News on Plus. I'm Kaylee Marin-Tet. Let's take a look at your top stories for this Monday. We're still working to learn what sparked an early morning fire in South Toledo, damaging 5 small businesses. It happened at the Colonial Village Shopping Center on Heather Downs and Key. Silver Barker has the details.
Stores fully engulfed in flames is what the co-owner of a nearby business says he woke up to around 3 a.m.
First I heard the sirens, but it's pretty normal around here, like sometimes just car crashes and stuff.
Teague Helsel, the co-owner of M66 Tree Farm, says he didn't think much of it at first until he looked out his window.
I saw the fire truck outside and I could hear the wind. Usually it's really windy here because it's open field over there, so I was just checking our stands to see if they were moving.
But he says it wasn't wind he was hearing, it was a fire.
So I went outside and stood out here by the camper, and probably about 100 yards away I could feel the heat from the fire. So it was, I mean, the big canopy up there was completely gone almost by the time I was up, but it was still a massive fire. So.
A massive fire damaged 5 small businesses, including Sean's Irish Tavern and Monarch Comics. The owners didn't want to talk on camera, as they say they have a lot on their plates at the moment, but posted on Facebook the businesses would be shut down for the foreseeable future, adding no one was hurt. Customers also came by in hopes of grabbing some lunch, but instead were surprised about the fire.
Well, a roadway collapsed in Defiance has neighbors questioning the use of their tax dollars. And the engineer's office is taking responsibility, saying he got greedy. A bridge on Power Dam Road collapsed after being updated in 2022, raising it 5 feet due to flood concerns. The road is closed as half of the bridge fell into the river. Neighbors tell us they're not surprised this happened.
When I looked out the front window, I seen the guardrail over, and I just started running out because I thought a car had went over and was in the water, actually.
Neighbors say cracking started just about 6 months after the bridge was finished. The Defiance County Engineer's Office say they got a grant to fix another nearby bridge, but wanted to fix this one too using public dollars. Instead of filling out the sides of the road to support this bridge, they built vertical walls into the soil. U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg stopped in Monroe today. He spoke about the nearly $200 million that could be headed to the River Raisin Bridge. The bridge serves around 61,000 vehicles every day, with 25% being semi-truck traffic. As of right now, the bridge has ramp and weight restrictions for these cargo haulers.
We can finally get this bridge replaced, have something that is ready for the decades to come, can bear all of this very important truck traffic, and just not be a bottleneck for the future.
Secretary Buttigieg calls River Raisin Bridge replacement an investment that is important for the future. We still don't know whether a man who murdered a Toledo police detective will get out of prison. Robert Jobe, who was 15 when he shot and killed Detective Keith Dressel in 2007, had his first parole hearing last Thursday. Jobe was sentenced to 18 years to life and is now eligible for parole. 11 Investigates talked to Dressel's mother this morning, who said she received a call from Victim Services that a decision still has not been reached. A Department of Corrections spokesperson told us that a quality assurance review process regarding the hearing also has not been complete. We'll keep you posted on air and online. There has been an arrest in the murder of the United Healthcare CEO that happened in New York City. Authorities in Pennsylvania are questioning 26-year-old Luigi Mangione. He was arrested this morning on firearms charges after an employee called in a tip. Officials say he was carrying a ghost gun and a silencer. Police say they have recovered a handwritten 3-page document from Mangione that shows he had some ill will towards corporate America. Investigators are also looking at his social media accounts. There is an organization in Toledo determined to make sure that students don't come to school hungry. It's the Discovery Academy food pantry located at the Discovery Academy on Central Avenue near Douglas. The pantry is intended for families of the students, and they can pick up items that are needed every Wednesday.
It's very important to be a part of the community because these are our children and they will be our future. And so if we take care of them now, they'll take care of us later.
Toiletries and personal items are also available at the pantry. Happening tomorrow, Toledo Public Schools will be hosting a job fair to fill part-time positions in the district. These positions include substitute teachers and substitute food service workers. They're positions TPS says they need to fill in order to keep things running smoothly. TPS says applicants don't have to bring anything with them and expect interviews to happen on site.
While these aren't permanent positions, we do have a high need for them because we do have individuals who are out. It might be long-term or short-term absences, and we need individuals to support our staff in making sure that the operations continue.
This job fair is happening tomorrow at the Thurgood Marshall Auditorium on North Summit Street. It starts tomorrow at 3 p.m. An identical twin is completing his brother's childhood dream more than 50 years after a tragic death. He says it wasn't easy, but his stories needed to be finished and shared.
Great twin pictures.
Dave and John Lamb were identical twins who shared a magical Southern California childhood. You two really are identical twins. I mean, can't tell you apart.
You can't? Here, let me try this. Can you do it now?
These old pictures even fooled John himself.
Any picture of the two of us up to the age 10, I don't know which is which.
Tragically, that bond was broken in 1971. Dave, at age 18, was killed in a car crash.
I was in the car, my friend was driving, but it took out my brother. He was sitting in the passenger seat.
Before he died, Dave wrote and illustrated 3 children's books.
These are the originals. This is The Creature. And basically this book is about karma. And the characters are so great. The Critter. This is about picking up after yourself, picking your toys up, cleaning up your room. Here's the varmints.
The 3rd book is about respect.
And being grateful and being kind to one another.
He never finished the books?
No, he didn't.
50 years passed until one day John, now known as Pop Pop, snuck the varmints into his grandson Elvis's bookshelf, which led to a surprising phone call from John's son.
And he's going, Dad, you didn't tell me you left that book in Elvis's bookshelf. And he said, well, it's his favorite book. He just loves it. I said, really? And he said, Dad, you got to think about completing it.
Pop Pop did just that.
This is a remake of Dave's work.
John spent his life becoming a legend in animation. You've won an Academy Award.
In 1979.
And then there's something in that box over there, isn't there?
And this is an Emmy?
He may animate the varmints, but more memorable than any award is reading this book to Elvis.
Varmints live in every town. Every now and then one comes around.
Elvis asked his Pop Pop to hide a ladybug on every page. The book is a gift to his grandson.
That was a heck of a sneeze, wasn't it?
But it's dedicated to Dave.
That's a bug on a bug.
John will never see his twin brother again.
Daddy, kids to fly.
But thanks to the varmints, Dave's characters were brought back to life to live forever. What do you think Dave would think about the varmints?
I think Dave would be absolutely thrilled.
The Toledo Rotary Club is looking back on the last year. The Toledo Rotary Club hosted its annual Foundation Day luncheon, discussing the summary of the past fiscal year. The club granted around $250,000 to numerous nonprofits in the area. The Rotary Club continues to encourage people to participate and donate for the next year so they can continue to help more organizations.
Well, we have a goal of $100,000, and we're hoping for 100% participation of all of our membership. So that's what we're going to be working towards now through probably next May, to make sure everyone participates, not only with their time and talent, but with their treasure.
A discussion panel was held during the luncheon to discuss the historical impacts the club has had on several nonprofits in the area. Well, Christmas is 2 weeks from this upcoming Wednesday, and for many, it can be a less than joyful time of the year. So we're making it easy for you to help those in need. We're taking donations for the WTOL 11 Gift of Joy Toy Drive. The gifts you donate go to kids in foster care here in Lucas County. The biggest need is for babies 3 and younger and teens. And all day this upcoming Thursday, it's our annual toy drop right here at the station in downtown Toledo off of Summit. Stop by, drive through our parking lot, and we'll be happy to take new unwrapped toys to help bring smiles to kids' faces in Lucas County. If you can't make it, you have until the 20th to either drop off a donation or send it to us here at the station. You can text the word JOY to 419-248-1100 for a list of all the drop-off spots and information on how to order online, and click it, ship it, and gift it. Well, thousands of stuffed animals covered the ice at the walleye game over the weekend. The teddy bear toss at the Toledo Walleye Game has been around for a decade. The stuffed animals will be distributed to the Salvation Army, Toys for Tots, and Lucas County Children's Services. The toys were tossed after the walleye scored their first goal. It took them around 10 minutes to get them cleared off the ice.
Our fans, when we say teddy bear toss, they look forward to it every single year. They bring so many out. We have suites that are filled with them, and they throw all of them onto the ice. We're so appreciative knowing that we can give back to our community, and all these bears are going to have a nice home for the holiday season.
The Huntington Center piled the stuffed animals on the stairs in the lobby, as you can see, totaling 4,855 toys. Well, there is still time to get your fall leaves collected. Leaf collection continues in the city for Toledo this week. The city says it's doing a second pass of the zip codes 43606, 43615, and 43614. If you haven't done it yet, you're asked to get your leaves to the curb as soon as possible. Chris, hopefully no snowfall on the way to cover those leaves.
No, but we will have the wind by the time we reach the middle of the week, so we'll heads up for that as we briefly do turn sharply colder. What's ahead overnight tonight? I'm watching this very close. A patchy fog that's expected to be developing. Now, this isn't going to be for the entire area. It's going to be hit or miss where we do see this fog locally dense with visibilities a half a mile or less where it does persist, and possible school issues as far as a couple delays or travel delays will be a possibility first thing on our Tuesday morning. A live look at the radar here. We've got cloudy skies across the area. It was generally a cloudy day, started with wet weather, ended the afternoon with dry and mild conditions as temperatures did pop up into the 50s and will stay above freezing tonight with the risk of some fog that will be developing. Temperature-wise, as we've now slipped well after dark, mid to upper 40s, may head closely or briefly into the upper 30s as we get into the morning hours, which will result in some areas of fog that will be possible. I'm not anticipating it's going to be anything very widespread. A better chance of that being seen south and east of the Toledo Metro. So we'll say about a sliver to a quarter of our area may end up seeing some patchy fog as we get into the morning. So it is not going to be for all areas. So make sure that alarm is set on time. And of course, if we do have any delays or issues, we'll be the first ones to let you know as we get into our Tuesday morning. How your Tuesday will unfold. Some fog is going to be anticipated first thing in the morning. Where we do see that, it will be lifting by mid-morning. Cloudy skies into the afternoon. High is going to end up being right around the mid-40s. So mild weather is going to continue. But beyond that, it is going to turn sharply colder in our extended forecast for at least a few days. Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday, we're going to have a frigid chill. Yeah, we get hit again as we go into the middle of December, at least for a few brief days. Here's that dip that we're going to be anticipating. Mid-40s Tuesday, low 30s Wednesday, low 20s on Thursday. Wind chills going to be at or below zero by the time we hit Thursday morning. It'll be a pretty steep climb. Then out of that chill into the weekend, back into the 40s this weekend and into next week. You probably have heard our downtown Gift of Joy gift drop is going to be occurring this Thursday. No worries. You don't even have to get out of your nice warm car. It is going to be a very cold day in the lower 20s. Here's our 10-day forecast. There's the 33 degree